Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your September 2023 reading for your North Node by sign and house. Now, this is going to be a special report reading, which I'll get into in a moment. But if you're new to the channel, the reason I use the North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign in readings is it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. And so you have much more in common with those that share your North Node as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign. So it's much more accurate and relevant in tarot readings. Now, getting on to the special report. All of the astrology is pointing to the fact that between now, September 2023, throughout the end of this year, and then through 2024, there are going to be really great changes happening on the world stage within the collective. Depending on what country you're in, I mean, it's going to be a worldwide thing. My intuition is pointing to this, and also a lot of the astrology is pointing to this. So the reason for this reading is this is to help keep you on path for you, for your individual North Node. Because what can happen a lot is we all have our individual soul paths that we're experiencing day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. But there is also a collective path that we're all on. For example, everyone listening to this reading right now experienced the year 2020 along with me and everybody else up until now. Okay, if you're watching this reading, you did. So we experienced that whole situation as a collective, but we also experienced it individually with our own soul path. And that's what these readings are geared toward. They're geared toward keeping you on your path, because no matter what happens in the collective, although we are affected by it, we have to achieve our best life and our optimal timeline with our soul path and not get distracted by what's going on, because there are going to be some major changes in the next 16 months on the world stage. And so this reading is reflecting what each North Node by sign and house is going to focus on and what they're going to learn during this period of time. So that's why, again, it is a special report reading. Now, you're going to want to watch two videos. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. Okay? So with that, let me connect to the energies and then we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see and hear this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, North Node in Libra or North Node in the 7th house. This is going to be your September 2023 special report tarot reading. Okay, so the spread I have here, this is my spread not only for September 2023, but also represents the next 16 months through the end of 2024. And it's some of the things and situations that you will be experiencing and going through during this period so you can stay on your personal life path, okay, your soul path, as opposed to getting distracted from what's going on the collective level. Now, the theme card that popped up is the Eight of Swords. And when I saw this card, I immediately thought to myself, because I get this intuitive hit when I see cards a lot of times, is that during this period of time of 16 months, you are being freed from situations. You're being freed from physical situations, non-physical situations, particularly like ways of being and thinking. But the important thing is that you're going to find out that no one is keeping you locked in, but it's only yourself that was keeping you locked in certain situations, ways of feeling, ways of thinking, ways of being. And that's what the Eight of Swords, represents, is you coming out of a period of feeling like you're kind of boxed in, type of a thing. And you have the power to like let yourself go. Now, what specifically is going to be happening? Okay, your timeline cards are, you've got the Ten of Wands here, reversed. You've got the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And you've got the Seven of Cups reversed. And you've got the King of Swords reversed. Now, what's going on here is that number one, there is a situation that is happening that is, it's almost like you're unburdening yourself, because you're saying like, okay, you know what? I'm not trying to control this or do this. At some point, you just go back and you say, this is out of my hands, type of a thing. And this is powerful for you, because what you're doing is you're not shouldering the burden, because you shouldn't have to shoulder this burden, whatever this is. And I feel like this is just in general in your life, like you're unburdening yourself. Now, one of the central themes that could be going on in the next 16 months is there with because I'm getting a lot of pentacles for a lot of the north nodes, is we could have some things that are going on regarding money, finances, investments, stock market, real estate, property, any sort of things of value. Okay, there could be situations. And what's happening here for you is, it's like this process for you that is, it could seem burdensome at first, but I see you like unburdening yourself with a lot of um, like worries and anxiety that you have, and that's what you should be kind of like working toward, doing that. Um, and what you're tapping into is, there is also going to be something to where, so we have something on the financial, but there's something going on regarding like kind of choices and where to go. So you've got the reversed Seven of Cups, and you've got the reversed King of Swords. And what I'm seeing is that this period of time, what's helping you to unburden is, it could seem at first that during this period of time, you could experience some confusion moments. We all do. But here's what I want to tell you. And I know you can relate to this. We all can relate to this. Sometimes when we go through a period in our life where we're kind of overloaded, and we're in a period of like confusion, like, like, I don't know what's going on, or like what to do. And that's what the King reversed, the King of Swords, is saying, and the Seven of Cups, is it's like this period of like, okay, I don't even know what to make of this. But see, what can happen, what I'm saying is that when we go through periods of time like that, what can end up happening is, it gets us to kind of like, we're just like, you kind of like throw your hands up, and you're not giving up, but it's almost like you're not resisting, or you're not resisting life, or you're not trying to like immediately find a way out and to find how to win. You're just kind of like, you're like stepping back and saying, okay. But what ends up happening when you do that is, that's what creates that period of time where you can be released from things, because you're not automatically like a situation comes up and you're not automatically like, okay, I got to figure this out. And you go into like warrior warp mode. Okay. But when you're sometimes it's like things are just get so you're just like, I don't know what to do. And it's a weird moment. But if you noticed a lot of times when you do that pause and you just kind of, it feels really weird and you're like, maybe it can last a few hours to a few days or whatever. When you step back, you end up finding the answers and the way out because you're not like focused on getting out, like out of a maze. You're just like, okay, wait a minute. And you step back, take a couple of deep breaths. And that's what I see going on here. And so, but it could feel weird, especially for you because, you have your south node in Aries in the first house. I mean, you like to be on it, like boom, boom, boom. I got to have a plan, man. I got to get going. And, so it could be very uncomfortable, but it's going to pay off for you big time. Now, what are your advice cards for this September and then the next 16 months? You've got the sun and the moon. You've got the sun upright and you've got the moon reversed. Now, what this is that the moon reversed is that there are going to be things that are going to be shown to you and things that were once hidden that are going to come to life. That's what's going to help you in all of this. Things within yourself, things within the world, things with those around you, situations, you're going to see them in a new light because the world at night looks very different than the world in the daytime. And I know we've all experienced this. Have you ever like had a rough night where you were worried and you were thinking about this and that? And what was weird is when you woke up in the morning, it's like it seemed better. Like it might have not been perfect, but it's like the world when the light of day comes, things clear up. That's what's happening for you on a lot of levels. Is you're coming out of this period of not knowing, of the unknown and being in the dark and coming into more of, you know, the sun. Now, here's what's really interesting. The sun card for you is through all of this is keeping your optimism. It's almost like, okay, what the sun represents fire, but it also represents optimism, which is your north node in Libra or north node in the seventh house. Because so it's like you're redirecting the natural fire in you, which is your south node in Aries or south node in the first house. You're redirecting it and you're using that fire in a different way. You're shining light on things in your life. Things are being illuminated within your life and you're able to see your path. But it's overall, optimism. Because someone can say, like, I'll give you the two examples so you understand what I'm talking about. Someone could say, wow, they've got a fiery personality. They've got a hot temper. Okay. That's one use of fire. That's like old school Aries first house. Or they could say they have a fiery passion. They have this inner fire of creativity. You see the difference? It's still the element of fire, but it's being directed in a different direction. And that's what I see is happening for you. Remember, because that's what you're using your natural talents, but you're using them to help your soul path, your path to Libra and or the seventh house. Okay. So yeah, really great time of growth. Be able to go through the discomfort. We're all going to be okay. Okay. All of our ancestors for thousands of years have gone through really wild times. Okay. We'll all get through this. My goal for each of us is to stay on our soul path and not get too distracted by what is going on in the collective. Okay. So remember, time for you to be released from old patterns and end up being the new you, okay? The you that wants to be born in the next 16 months. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like a personal reading where I delve into your astrological chart through evolutionary astrology and kind of give you your soul path, and there's going to be a link in the description box below. Or if you just have a situation and questions that you need answers to, you can also check out all the readings I offer. If you could hit that like button, I would appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments or just want to say hi, reach out to me in the comments. I'd appreciate that too. So make it a great time, great September, great 16 next months, and we'll see you on some more readings. Many blessings.